Come on, Betsy, you can warm up, girl. Also, guys, look at that, 5,700 miles. We started this season off with 3,017. And that's from May. It's 3,017 in May. Okay, bye. Yo, what's going on, my YouTube fam? It's your boy Mike, back with another video. And currently driving to a location to shoot this video for you because, as we can see, it's a little bit dark. My visor's getting all foggy. I can't open it because then you guys are just gonna hear wind. But yeah, so today's video is gonna be me just talking about some things that I wish I knew about sport bikes before I purchased a sport bike. We're gonna head over to a location right now that I think should be lit up enough for your boy to shoot this, because we're doing a night video today. But let's just get right into it. So first things first is one thing I wish I knew about sport bikes before I got one would be the reputation that you get being on a sport bike. Unless you're a biker yourself, I feel like you kind of respect people on sport bikes more, but like any normal civilian, I feel like the looks that I get on a sport bike, and just after experiencing my accident and literally almost dying on a highway and not a single civilian pulled over for me, and I had to call 911 myself and wait for people, that kind of made me realize that people just look at sport bike riders like they're pieces of shit and they don't get to live on this world. So I'm not saying that's how everybody thinks, but that's what I think people think of us on sport bikes. Like I said, other than people that are on bikes. But yeah, that's just from personal experience. You know, I felt like, you know, one person should have pulled over for me. I mean, I was only gushing blood, but hey, you know, well, you know, everybody's their own type of person. But that's going to be my first thing, is definitely the reputation that you get being on a sport bike. Probably not the most loving reputation, but whatever. What are you going to do? Also, we're pulling up to a location now that I think should be lit enough for you boys. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks pretty good, bud. All right, guys. I think we got a nice little location here. I hope you guys can you can see the bike. I'm gonna take the helmet off. I'm gonna set the camera up so hopefully you guys can see me. But yeah, we're gonna get into a couple more things about the sport bike community and just sport bikes alone. All right, guys. I hope you can hear me. We're here. We're live. We're in action. We're in action. Let's just show you. We're in action. We're in action. We're in action, boys. Look at this. Look. That means we are in action. So, gonna set you guys up right there. Grab my phone right here, and let's continue this on. So, next thing I wish I knew about sport bikes before I hopped in the scene is when you finally get comfortable on your bike, you learn how to operate a motorcycle, and you start getting comfortable. When you're on a sport bike, brother, the need for speed is always there. It's always there. You always want it. You always need it. It's always there. You always want it. Look, like good fucking full throttle all the time. Full throttle all the time. So that could be an issue because, see, so now your boy started off on a 600cc, and I've had the bike for about a season and a half now, and the 600 just ain't 600 in it no more. I need the 1000cc. I need the triple R, boys. I need the fire bleed in my life. So that's another thing I wish I knew about sport bikes, is the itch that they give you. It's unitchable. You can never get the itch because it's always there and there's always faster. Now what happens? I'm gonna get H2
Then what happens from H2? I need a turbo booster, and then what happens? I need a graveyard. So, you know, there's perks, but there's also downs to them. So that's kind of another thing that I wish I kind of knew that, you know, I came from a car community. I like going fast in cars and stuff, but I felt like on a bike, maybe it was going to alter a little bit because I had 2 wheels, and, you know, if I get into an accident, I'm just ejecto. So I thought that was going to kind of hinder me off a little bit, but no, the need for speed is always there on a street bike. So that's going to be the second thing that I wish I kind of knew about sport bikes before I got into them. All right, guys, so another thing that we're going to talk about that I wish I knew about owning a street bike before having one is the cost of maintenance. My friend, these tires, they go out like every 3,000 to 5,000 miles. That's about a $250 tire, okay? Now, you got a chain on this side. We probably can't see it that well. She's definitely nice and clean, but chain maintenance, that is a very key thing to owning a street bike. You need to maintain your chain. If you're not keeping your chain clean, sorry guys, I'm a little dyslexic today. If you can't keep your chain clean and it's getting all rusted and bind up, it's gonna eventually snap and it's gonna cause some issues. Also, this is a sport bike. The bike is made to go fast, so it does have very good stopping power. So that's brake pads. Now you need to keep track of all this stuff. You got forks. You got to make sure that you're not leaking any fork oil, fork seal fluid, whatever. That's the main thing. You know, there's your oil. You know, they probably state to change this oil maybe every 3,000 miles, I'm sure. But it's a sport bike. We ride the bikes hard. So if they're saying 3,000 miles, I'm doing it at 1,500 miles. But that's also just me. I like to prevent anything I can possibly do to, you know, save myself money in the long run. But that's definitely another thing that I kind of didn't really think about getting into the sports bike scene. I didn't realize all the cost-affected things that kind of go into it. And then also you're talking about cosmetics, like we were just saying before, is we like to go fast. We're speed demons, so we like to put money into our bikes and make our bikes go faster, and then cost moolah, my boys. So that's probably going to be the third thing that I wish I knew before getting into sport bikes. So let's just pull out another. All right, guys. Number four, the fourth thing that I wish I knew before getting a street bike, which none of these things are complaints. It's just things I didn't realize getting into the sport bike community. You know, there's things that these bikes need. There's things that they want, and we got to do them as being an owner. But so the fourth thing that I wish I knew would be the amount of attention that you need to put into the road when you are on these things. These things can be very, 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 very dangerous if you are not paying attention and you're not taking your life seriously. So you need to, you need to analyze the road, and you need to analyze drivers before they even make decisions. You need to ride as if nobody even sees you. You have to expect the worst when you're on a bike. And it's kind of mentally exhausting when you go for a long ride and, there's traffic, or you're going through cities, or whatever it is, you're driving through, you're commuting. It's, it gets mentally exhausting because your eyes are constantly swiveling from left and right. You're trying to, guess what people are doing. Not necessarily guess, but you kind of have to expect people to not see you and think that they're going to cut in front of you. And it's stressful. It's definitely stressful. But, like I said, I think that makes you better as a person. It makes you more observant of things that you probably wouldn't be if you were just driving a car. So, like I said, these aren't things that I'm saying that I hate. It's just things that I didn't know about getting into sport bikes before. And also, that's just any motorcycle, of course, but this bike's meant to go fast, and it can go fast very quickly, so you can get yourself into a situation a lot quicker. So that goes for any motorcycle, but I'm using it for my street bike. So yeah, that would probably be the fourth thing, is just the fact that you need to be paying attention 24/7. Because like I said earlier, you guys, you're two less wheels, you don't got all the body panels, and you get hit on this thing, or you hit somebody on this thing, ejecto. So we're trying to avoid doing that. I want to come home to my family and my friends, so That's gonna be thing number 4. All right, guys. Of course, I saved the best for last. So, the last thing number 5, that I wish I knew about sport bikes before I got one is the feeling that they give you, the feeling that they make you have. Because if I knew how I'd feel on this thing, I would have had a street bike years ago, okay? It's just like freedom at its finest. When you're on 2 wheels, even if you're going slow, you don't have to be going quick everywhere you go. If you're just following the flow of traffic, you got some tunes on in your helmet, and you're just vibing, you're just following the flow of traffic, it's so freeing, man. You got you got fresh air blowing at you, you can hear everything, you can smell everything. It's not like you're just trapped in a car and it's just like throwing your cruise control and whatever, you just go get to work and whatever. When you're on a bike, it's like you are the bike. You are attached to that bike, you are a part of that bike. You need to make sure that that bike's doing what you want to do when you need it to do it. And being able to just understand how the bike works and being able to lean and know how much throttle to give things in corners and just learning the whole thing of riding a street bike and being on 2 and the feeling that it gives you, man, there is just nothing like it. And like I said, guys, I came from a car community. I had a Subaru, I've had 240s, I've had my fun, but I let my buddy talk me into getting a bike. I got a bike and I will never regret it. It's just something that I will never be able to live without now, and the feeling that it gives me, it's just something I can never ask for, and I was never able to find that freedom and that sense of like just to get away from everything. All right, guys, so that's 5 things that I wish I knew about sport bikes before I got into them. And like I said earlier in the video, I don't want you guys to take this as if it's like 5 things that I hate about sport bikes, because that's not what I was trying to come off as. It's just, it's 5 things I didn't realize or I didn't, I just didn't know about. Obviously, and I'm still new to the bike community and the bike world. This is, the end of the season will be my 2nd year on 2. So I'm not no professional. I'm learning every single day. I'm trying to better myself as a rider because I want to be here. I want to be able to ride for a very, very long time, boys. So we just got to adapt. Keep adapting, getting better, and just doing what we can do to stay on 2. You see what I did there, guys? You like that? But yeah, we're gonna end this video here, guys. I know it's a little bit of something different, but like I said, guys, now that we're gonna be doing 2 videos a week for you, I kind of need to obviously I love doing the riding content, but we gotta we gotta switch things up a little bit. We gotta get new people in here, and you guys don't want to keep seeing the same thing, me just riding with my boys. You want to switch it up a little bit. So this is something that we're doing. We're gonna try a couple things and see where it takes us. But hey, guys, y'all know I always say it, you guys can do anything you want to do. You just gotta want it, and you need to be obsessed with it, and you need to dedicate your life to it. I mean, dude, if you guys really want to be rich, or you want to have all this money, you want to have all these nice cars, or you want to have a nice house, or whatever it is, bro, whatever you guys really want, and you think it's like, or whatever, a PC or an Xbox or whatever, dude, like, some people think it's out of reach, and it might seem like it may be out of reach, but it's just not, it's not meant for you at that time. All right, so just know, if you guys do really, really, really want something, and you do dedicate enough time, and you invest your time to keep learning about it, so you're getting better at it as you keep doing it, or whatever you're doing, whether it's a job, you're starting your own business, or you're trying to pursue social media, just know that hard work, dedication, and perseverance will get you there. You just need to learn from your mistakes and continue moving forward, guys. So I love y'all, and I'll see you guys in the next video.